Elections, of course, 2016, front and center. Fox News out with new numbers this morning, leading up to Thursday's GOP debate. And Donald Trump holding a commanding lead over the competition. The billionaire businessman continuing to gain ground, also seeing the highest level of support in the history of the Fox News poll. I want to bring in Jackie Kucinich, senior politics editor at the Daily Beast, Zane Tankel, Apple Metro CEO and owner of 37 Applebee restaurants in and around New York City, to my left here, and Mitch Modell, CEO of Modell Sporting Goods. Jackie, this historic lead for Trump, can he hold on to it? That is the question heading into the debate on Thursday.
I think he'll hold on to it heading into the debate, but after the debate remains a question. It's very unusual for, I don't even know if it's ever happened, that someone who's leading this early to make it all the way. And you can bet he's going to have a target on his back walking into that debate, because if you look at his numbers right now, he's going to be front and center. And there's going to be tough policy questions. There are going to be a lot of things that Donald Trump really hasn't waded into yet. And so we'll see how he fares.
All right. So I heard some predictions from Charles Krauthammer, who always has something substantive to say.
And they don't like each other, Trump and Charles Krauthammer.
Yeah, I don't know the full extent of the relationship.
Trump called Charles Krauthammer a dummy. Isn't that right, Jackie?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track at this point who he's called a dummy.
So Charles had suggested, and Mitch, maybe I can go to you on this. He had suggested that when you look at the lineup for the debate on Thursday, which we don't know exactly what that will be at, but we do know the front runners right now, it's going to be the candidates that don't have as much to lose that might go in there ready to go on the attack on Donald Trump. What say you about that?
I think they're all going to attack Donald. I mean, he will have a big target on his back. He's bigger than life. You look at every news program on weekends, during the week, he controls the segment, and he's getting all the airtime.
How do you ration this? I mean, I've got two business leaders sitting with me. It's great to have you both this morning, because I do want you to shed some light on Donald Trump. I mean, it's one thing to think, why does he want to do this? Does he really want to do this? Is it about brand? I mean, you hear and read so many things about Donald Trump in this race. What do you make of him running for president, and why he's getting such reaction from voters right now?
Because Donald is against the establishment. He is saying things that people are afraid to say, and he says it only the way Donald knows how to say it.
And Zane, he's putting emphasis on the economy, which this fresh Fox News polling is showing that the American people, despite what any politician is running on right now, their number one concern is still the economy.
Yeah. Well, he's saying things that feed into the American psyche right now. They don't have depth. They don't have substantiation. They don't have backup. They're saying things. You stop somebody out in the street right now and interview them, they'll say the exact same things. The only thing is they're not a billionaire and not a TV star, so they don't have his, quote, credibility.
You run all these Applebee's chains. I mean, you are a guy with your ear to the ground when it comes to the business community and when it comes to everyday workers and hiring and firing. And you have told us so many times on the Fox Business Network, you need a business-friendly environment to run your business.
Absolutely.
Is Donald Trump going to create that environment, do you think?
I don't think he's going to create anything
Would
other
he
than
be
a lot
good
of
for
TV
your
ratings.
business?
Would he be good for my TV? By my TV, yeah. Good.
All right, who do you like in the race? Who do you like?
I don't know at this point. Here's what I would say, Cindy. I would say that whoever gets elected, whoever gets up front, should be somebody that ran something. So that eliminates senators, that eliminates secretaries of state,
governors?
That eliminates people that worry about their staff of 12.
Mitch is shaking his head.
No, governors have run businesses. You look at some of the records, like a Jeb Bush, who left office with a $9 billion surplus. Senators, they work hard. I applaud the dedication.
Staff of 12.
But they've never run a business. That's why Mike Bloomberg was so successful. He gets it. Trump gets it.
Now, what's the main problem with somebody that runs their mouth? I mean, look at Trump. Is that basically what you're saying? He's got sound bites. He's running his mouth.
I didn't want to say he runs his mouth. I wanted to just say he talks too much and he doesn't say anything.
Well, he writes too much, too. If you want to know what he said about Charles Krauthammer, who is an esteemed member of the Fox News family, called him an overrated clown on Twitter, the most boring political pundits, called him a dummy more than once.
But that's my point.
But that's what people love.
I mean, maybe he'll back off that.
Jackie, let's get Jackie back in here.
if I could interject here, I think, if you're looking down the tiers of Republican candidates, I wonder if you are going to see the lower tier people attacking him, because he's pulling from their support. He's pulling from Ted Cruz's support. He's pulling from someone like Scott Walker. Yeah. So I don't know that they're going to go after him and risk offend some of the people that once Trump, if in theory Trump does not become president, when he moves to the sidelines, these people are going to be looking for someone to support, and they might not necessarily want to support someone who has been hating Donald Trump really hard.
If you look at these poll numbers, this is not about the specifics. It is about the Americans' feeling about somebody. They polled on what would be the major reason, why would you vote for a candidate, the number one reason was strong leader. So it's just the perception that he carries the biggest stick.
I want to get you guys back in here. Before this debate on Thursday, what are you guys going to be listening for as we leave it off here?
I'm going to Cleveland because I want to see exactly what's going on. I want to see leadership. I would love to see people that make a statement, not going after Donald, but here are the three things that I'm going to attack as a president, whether it be immigration, whether it be how am I going to get school systems better, how am I going to create jobs, how am I going to give the businesses tax credits that we can invest more in our businesses through CapEx so that I'll create more jobs. If the government gave me subsidies and said, I'll match you.
All right. So Mitch is going to the debate, he says. He wants to be there front and center. And Zane, what do you want to hear? Last word to you.
I'm going to watch him on television.
Me or the politicians?
The debates.
We're like looking for Mitch in the audience.
He's going to be there, and I'm going to be in my living room watching it on TV. It's too early to say what I want to see, Here's what I want to see in terms of somebody, to Mitchell's point, somebody that ran something. A governor has everything that a president has except in one state. He has a budget, he has a military, he has employment to worry about, he has infrastructure, he has bridges, tunnels. It's scalable to 50 states.
So have you decided who you're going to vote for, or are you still listening?
It's going to be a governor or a general, but I don't think there's any generals running. It's going to be somebody who's had a good background, a good resume as governor, who's kept unemployment down, who's been able to create jobs, infrastructure, all those things. And then you're going to whittle it down. It's going to be 2 or 3 guys. But
I think that's huge, that there's going to be so many people undecided going into these debates listening.
It's also someone who has the skill sets to be a consensus taker. You look at the Ronald Reagans of the world. He made it happen on both ends of the aisle.
You listen to Trump, though, on Sunday, and the interviews that he did on the Sunday morning talk shows, he sounds more reasonable and measured.
He toned it down.
He sounds more measured.
Great to have you guys.
Read something.
It doesn't matter, but it's about selling it to the American people, and they're already buying what he's pitching.
All right. Love getting color from the business community. Great to have you guys here. And Jackie Kucinich, thank you for joining as well and jumping in there when you could. Zane Tankel and also Mitch Modell for joining us this morning. Great to have you guys.
Thank you very much.